Hi my dear students, welcome to this English channel. Bienvenidos a tu canal, tu clase de inglés con Miss Patty. Y bueno, pues, ay, Dios, vamos a continuar con los adverbios. I'm sorry. Sé que a lo mejor la palabra es como que un poco tediosa, ¿verdad? Como que adverbios, ¡oh, qué rayos! Pero resulta que son palabras muy sencillas y el día de hoy nos vamos a enfocar en esos adverbios, que acuérdate que nos dan información extra de los verbios, y nos vamos a enfocar en los adverbios de modo, que en inglés se conocen como adverbs of manner. Entonces, hoy nos vamos a enfocar en esos que responden a preguntas como ¿cómo comes? Yo como muy lento, la mera verdad. Sí, me gusta comer lento. Entonces, tu respuesta, how do you eat? I eat slowly. Entonces, tienen unas reglitas, como todo en la vida, allí sus reglitas específicas para saber cómo, en dónde ponerlos, cómo escribirlos. Y vamos a ver, para ya no estar con más rollo, vamos a ver, vámonos al pizarrón para que esta clase te quede súper clara. Vamos allá. Okay, my dear students, this verb is just going to talk about the adverbs of manner. We know this kind of adverbs in Spanish as adverbios de modo. Así los conocemos en español. Adverbios de modo. Y nos dicen cómo se realiza una acción. Let's begin this class. The adverbs of manner answer the question how. How does the action happen? And these adverbs usually come from an adjective. Yes, this is very important. They come from an adjective. Nacen de un adjetivo. Okay, let's see a little quickly what is an adjective. Memo is happy. Memo is happy. Happy is an adjective. This word describes how Memo is. Okay? The happy boy, these are the description of the boy. How is the boy? How the boy feels? Okay, he is the happy boy. Remember that we can use the adjective next to the verb to be or next to the noun. Noun, boy, and before the noun. Next to the verb to be or before the noun. Okay, that is an adjective. An adjective is happy because describes the subject. The adjective describes the subject. Okay, but we are going to talk about the adverbs. Memo sings, and in this case, we are not talking about Memo. That's the reason because we can write Memo sings happy. No, happy no. Because happily is going to describe how Memo sings. Yes, is happily describes how does Memo sing. Memo estaba cantando felizmente. Felizmente. Bien. Okay. Then we have some rules for this kind of adjectives. Remember, these rules are going to apply at the end of the adjective. Remember that the adverb is going to born because of an adjective. ¿Sí? El adverbio va a nacer de un adjetivo. If we have this adjective happy, this adjective ends in a Y. Then you are going to change the Y and we have to write I-L-Y, happily. And this is going to live next to the verb because this is an adverb. Let me write the word. This is an adverbs. These are adjectives. Yes. If your adjective is, for example, as this ends with E, gentle, then we are going to erase the E and we have to add ly. But if your adjective ends in L, careful, this is an adjective, then Memo is careful, yes. And the adjective is going to be with double L and Y, carefully. But if your adjective ends in IC, like this, automatic, then this IC is going to become automatically. Yes? You have to add ali. And that are our adjectives. But we have some exceptions. These exceptions are good. Pedro is good, but we can say Pedro sings good. No, Pedro sings well. And for this word, fast and hard is going to be the same word as an adjective and as an adverb. Fast and hard are going to be the same word. Let's see the structure. We have 3 options. Pedro eats, it's the verb in simple present, eats happily, because in this case, happily is going to say, to describe how Pedro eats. Yes, Pedro is not happy. He eats happily. Come felizmente. Pedro eats his hamburger happily. We have an object. Then if you have an object, the adverb is going to be written next to the object. We can write the adjective next to the verb. No, because we have an object. Then Pedro eats happily is incorrect. Pedro eats happily his hamburger is incorrect. If we don't have an object, as we have in the first sentence, you can write the adjective next to the verb. But if you have an object, Pedro eats his hamburger, then next to the object is going to leave the adjective, the adverb. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see the structure. We have these 3 options. Number 1, Pedro eats happily. I don't know what Pedro is eating, but I know that he eats happily. Then our adverb is going to be written next to the verb. First the verb, next the adverb. The adverb, remember, that is going to describe how the action is done. Then next sentence, Pedro eats, and now we know what Pedro is eating. We have an object. Pedro eats his hamburger. And if we have the object, then we have to write the adverb next to the object. In this case, we don't have an object. We don't know what Pedro is eating. But in this case, we know the object. Pedro eats his hamburger. Then we can't write Pedro eats happily his hamburger. No, that is incorrect. If we know the object, then the adverb is going to be written next to the object. Pedro eats his hamburger happily. Yes, but we have another option for this when we have the object. Pedro, this is on option number 2, but the same sentence. Pedro happily eats his hamburger. This is correct. Yes. In this case, we don't have an object, then this is correct. In this case, we know the object, and you can write the adverb next to the object or next to the subject if you have an object, okay? Oh, my dear student, I hope to help you with this video. Chicos, espero que este video les haya servido para comprender cómo escribir los adverbios de modo, de adverbs of manner. Es un poquito complicado, pero creo que reconociendo el objeto, espero que te haya servido. Si te sirvió, acuérdate tus 3 tareas: suscribirte, compartirlo y darle like. Okay, I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.